If you guys go rock climbing outdoors, you possibly climb the already developed routes, bolted and described and everything. We're just wondering how much work is actually in it to develop a route. We found some guys here in Newcastle who do some of the work. We just go inside and let's have a chat with them. Jason, you have developed some of these, or plenty routes in the New South Wales area here on the East Coast. How many do you think have you developed or bolted?
Quite a few, like a couple of hundred or so like that.
A couple hundreds?
Yeah, just around the local area in Central Coast and Newcastle and Hunter Valley and stuff like that.
Okay, that's quite a bit. So how much effort is in designing, or what's the initial idea? You just see a wall and then you just want to start bolting?
Yeah, that's right. You look for an initial bit of rock face, which is not really abundant here in New South Wales.
Yeah.
Like other countries are quite lucky to have a lot of rock over in here. We're just going to take what we've got and use it. So you look at find a cliff line and trying to envision the way that you'd be able to climb up it, sort of thing. And then some may need natural protection, some may need some bolts in it, or you might be really short climbs, so you can take a crash pad or something like that. So there's a lot of different variations.
Do you like more the tread and the longer climbs, or more the bouldering style?
I do enjoy the tread and longer climbs, but they're quite far and few in between.
Yeah.
So it's a lot safer to find a bolted route, or if there's a line that looks like it's possible, then may need a few bolts to make it safe. And then bolts are put there to make it safe, and then you'll be able to climb it without falling off, without injury, and with a certain know-how, that is.
We had the chance to film you while you tried your first ascent on that Wagstaff climb. Tell us something about it. What rating is it, and how long does it take to set up this massive climb?
Yeah, so that was quite a unique climb. It's in a big roof, and the bolt it always takes a little bit longer. You've got to come in from different angles and stuff like that.
A lot of rope work to just get there and then drill and get the bolts in the wall.
And a bit of patience too, so you do a little bit one day and a little bit another day, and then eventually all the work comes together.
So one season for one, or is that you got a couple
well,
of
that
projects?
particular climb took me 4 years in the making. It took 2 years to do a direct line up, called Roasted Lobster Mornay, and then another 2 years to do the one that you guys saw me on. It took another 2 years on top of that. So
that's amazing.
There's a lot of time and effort involved, and a lot of emotional sort of draining and stuff like that, I guess.
So what's the reward? You finally can name it, or you end up in a book somewhere?
Yeah, you kind of both those. You can you get to name it if you feel it's worthy of a name.
Yeah.
And because you're the first person to climb it, then you get to have your opinion of how hard it is. It's always going to be easier for some people, harder for others. So the grading is just a guideline of how easy or how much effort should be required to climb it. Yeah.
Pretty good.
So, and there will be guidebooks out that they'll be all listing like street names and all sorts of stuff. So climbing routes have a place in a lot on the internet. There's a lot of write-ups of different climb names and all that.
So I'm assuming you glue and you bolt and you drill there on that one that we filmed. You worked there 4 years. How much money is involved to get there and drill and bolts and glues and
it's saving a lot of money. Probably one reason I have a car and I ride everywhere on a push bike. But it's a lot cheaper, and I can spend more money on climbing and climbing gear and stuff like that. So harnesses and shoes always cost a little bit of money at first, but once you have them, you don't need to buy any other additional gear to climb.
So you need sponsors from some drilling anchors in Hilti or Ramsed. Get on the boat, we need some gear.
Yeah, we always use plenty of that material. There's always plenty of more potential around as well. Like in Newcastle, within an hour's drive, we've got plenty of climbing up at Port Stephens, Bulahdelah, Waddingans or Central Coast. So we're quite lucky in this area that we've got a lot around. There's people in Sydney, they have Blue Mountains and Nowra and stuff like that to climb as well. So
Blue Mountains is more very long climbing, I'm assuming.
There is naturally maybe 20 metre sections before you get a break, and then another 20 metre section. There is a lot of longer climbing Blue Mountains, but there's also short sport climbing, and very popular these days is the sport climbing. It's easy to get to. It's a lot safer because the bolts are there already, and it becomes more of a sport rather than an adventure and a life-threatening activity.
So you're saying Newcastle has got a lot of potential for more climbs?
The rocks are all out there to share, so we want to do with the right thing by everybody and stuff like that. So you don't want to go out there and put bolts everywhere. You got to make sure it's in the right situation, and if it can be done trad, then probably lean towards putting trad pieces in.
Yep.
That way you're not damaging the rock. So it's because it's not in abundance, and the rock around here is very sparse. So we want to look after what we got.
But there's more to come. From
There's
your
more to come.
perspective, you work on more projects.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
How
I think
many?
the people are Soling's got a bit of potential up here too around Nelson Bay and stuff like that. So that way you don't need a bolt, you don't need a gear, you just climbing shoes, your hands and feet, and you climb up, and then you fall off, and then in the water, and try again. Have a bit of fun.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for your time.
No worries.
If you have any questions about rock climbing, just pop in your local climbing gym, like these guys here at Pulse Climbing in Newcastle. Thanks for watching. Find us on your YouTube, Vimeo or Facebook, and stay adventurous. See you next time.
Come on. Nice one. Come on, Papa. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on,
Yeah.
come on, come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Pretty bad.
Keep them going.
You should just do it, man. You wouldn't need me.